Hello guys, welcome back to Let's Talk Expedition Africa. So today I'm speaking to a very special person all the way from Australia. For those of you who don't know him, he is the Adventure Racing World Series Director, so the big boss, and his name is Craig Bycroft. Hi Craig, how are you?
Hi Heidi, thanks for that intro. Yeah, very good, very good. It's a little bit, the time zones are a bit different, so it's night time here. And yeah, so hopefully I'm coherent enough, but I'm sure adventure racers are used to all sorts of, all sorts of discussions. So.
I should have left you for 3-4 days not sleeping and then have the interview.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, oh, while we're chatting, that was one of my very first race that I ran. I remember at the end of it just being absolutely smashed and trying to do the presentations, and I just thought no one is going to understand me. They just, I just can't even put two words together. And someone said, "Don't worry about it. We're all just as bad. We don't understand what two words anyway. So you make sense to us."
Yeah.
So.
It's normally like that at the end of the race, like you have this closing function and half of them are just, they're not even listening or thinking. They, like you say, they're even worse off than you. So
Yeah,
we're all in
that's
the
right.
same boat.
Yeah.
Craig, thank you for your time. I mean, today is all about a little bit of wonderful history and memories we have. We've met, I think it was in 2008, when we came over those years to race in Australia at your Threadbow race. I can remember it clearly. I think we had the worst weather ever in an adventure race. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you remembered that one. Yeah, it was crazy. It was one of those races that it's summer, it's the high country. They say it can snow in summer, but you go, yeah, it doesn't really snow. We had one of the biggest dumps of the whole year of snow, like right in the middle of our race. So we had this
Oh,
mid camp and we just had to pull everyone into mid camp, and we just spent 24 hours holed up in this little hall. You wouldn't get away with the whole kind of social distancing today, but
no.
geez, we're all packed into this hall. We all went across this little pub, had dinner. It was
Uh,
actually my birthday. I don't know if you remember that. And I got
oh, no, I can't remember that.
yeah,
Okay, happy
yeah,
birthday.
someone reminded me, and they brought a cake out, and we had a
Oh,
cake, and then everyone sort of, fell asleep, and we got up the next day, and it had cleared. The storm had gone across.
yeah.
There were big, huge snow drifts, and the whole course was, just destroyed. But there was all this beautiful white snow, so it was
Yeah.
great.
No,
I
it
thought it
was
was great. You might have remember it differently.
I remember suffering, lots of it, and it was so cold. And I mean, we had the worst snowfall. It was, I think, 280k mountain bike over the mountains, and we were
Yeah, I
stuck
don't
there
remember
with it.
that.
I know I can remember that. I can clearly remember that, and um, and then I remember that camp which we slept over, and I actually remember the wall was so packed for so many people. We actually went across to that pub and I swapped that credit card. I said, sorry,
Oh,
I need
you
a
got a
card.
room. Good on you. That's
I said, I
great.
need a
Oh.
room. I need a hot bed. I need a shower. So I remembered a lot of suffering. I remembered a lot of flies. Some sections we went through, there were so many flies. I remember um, we went to the highest mountain, the highest peak before the finish.
Yeah,
That was magnificent. We were cycling through
yeah.
these, well, that might be very similar to Lesotho. They say it can snow or not, but
Now,
yeah.
really, you posted some photos, or there were some photos that I saw. It looked like there was snow all over Lesotho
Hmm.
when we were supposed to be
Yeah.
racing.
So when we're going to race next year or this year at the same time, it's one of those weeks where you can have a massive sleet, rain and snowfall, and then the next day it's sunshine and it's beautiful. So you should be prepared for that.
Well, I probably wouldn't have been prepared for that much snow. Just it would be like classic. You would be just getting me back from what happened to you in
Yeah,
Australia. But
yeah.
because I was thinking, okay, would I have what would I have taken? Because would have had it all sort of planned out. I reckon I would have been pretty cold for a while there if it was that.
No, I
So
think a lot of people would have been completely unprepared and would have been very cold, yeah.
yeah.
Oh well, but it was wonderful. We've met then at that race and the relationship started ever since. We started with Expedition Africa in 2011 and we joined the AO World Series in 2012. and we are ever since part of the World Series. It's been an incredible ride. I think from our side and of course from your side as well, with these amazing years of facilitating so many races. And Craig also then decided that he is joined us in 2016 with our Expedition Africa in Knysa. So I can see he's even got his Knysa fleece on. Yeah. So, Craig, what is a memory for you? One of your good memories of 2016 in Knysa. What can you say? How was Expedition Africa?
Yeah, I have some great memories, and I'll share them with you as we go here. But I feel bad that some of the memories aren't so much the racing, but they were some of the things that happen around, the race.
I think it was coffee.
I feel like I should.
Wasn't there something about coffee?
No, I remember one of my best memories was that hamburger place in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of one of the big rides.
Yes, in that valley where you come down around the mountain bike leg.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
do you remember what that was called? It had some rude name. I can't remember, but
G-Spot, something like that.
It was something like that, and it was one of those moments where a couple of days in, I don't know, I lost track of time by that point. And you're just starting to crave things, and I was just really craving a hamburger. And I was just like, and I had no idea that this place was there. And we were bombing down this hill, and this big baboon thing, I don't know what it was, jumped out on the road and freaked us all out. It was a great downhill. Anyway, we go, oh man, and then some camera guys come along and said, oh, we'll see you down the bottom of the hill for a hamburger. And I just laughed. I said, yeah, sure. It's just, and then we just appeared at the bottom of the hill, and there was this little place with hamburgers. So that was actually a really cool memory,
But that is a fantastic memory. That is why it's so important that those things are part of a race. Like we actually had to beg that place to stay open, because when you go to people and tell them people are coming by, they're like, yeah, sure, normal mountain bike races, the people don't stop. And I think they were just overwhelmed. Everybody stopped there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think he said something like, we went in there to order, and we're in the middle of the pack somewhere, so obviously people had come through first. And he said something like, I said, he goes, look, I'm really sorry. Look, we don't have a lot here. And then my heart's just sort of dropped. And it's like, oh no. He says, look, I've got this menu, but I only have hamburgers left. And I go, are you serious? That's all I want. A hamburger. So it was, it was a great memory.
Awesome. Yeah, I know it was a great time of our life. And we also had there that significant the African Canyon. How did you find that? I need to ask you, how did you find that canyon with the jumps and the abseil?
Oh, you should have pre-warned me about this, because I've had to block that out of my mind. Like I've been to therapy for years for that. Oh my goodness.
I'll tell Rogan. Yeah, how was that thing you had to walk over that ladder, over the edge, and then you abseil down? How was that? I mean, that abseil.
That was good, because I like climbing, and that's all that was all me. So that was spectacular. I really enjoyed that. Yeah. So that was good. And I also remember there was a big trek that went out around a peninsula, and it was just gorgeous. And you could stand right on the top, and you could look down. You could see all these great white sharks sort of circling in the ocean below. Yeah. That was pretty cool. It's like, oh look, there's big sharks down there, and they're big from up here, so. It must be huge down there.
Oh, no, that was a beautiful, beautiful scenery, beautiful race. But Craig, coming back next year, you've entered as a team from Australia. You're bringing your friends. You wanted to come to Lesotho this year. Unfortunately, with things, we had to move out. So why did you decide you want to come to Lesotho? Why are you coming back, and what intrigued you, and what are you looking forward to for Lesotho?
Looking forward to lots of things. It just it was a race that really sort of timing wise, it really worked. And then also because I had such a great time at your last race, it was a bit of a no-brainer to sort of say, yeah, let's commit to this one. So yeah, compliments to you and Stefan for organising such a really good race, because that's the key, for me. Like if it's a good race in a great location, then that ticks a lot of boxes. So, and then good friends too. So
Hey.
I'll just say, with my good friends, so like getting a good group of people together to share the experience, for me is such a huge part of it. So, Yeah, and it's somewhere new too. Like it's, you know, it's like Lesotho. I hadn't really heard of that before or what it was like there. And so, you know, you very quickly get on the internet and you search it, and you know, so yeah, so it looked pretty exciting.
Yeah, so let's hope it ticks all the boxes and you can still make it next year and celebrate with us our 10th edition for Expedition Africa. So it's like a big one for us, yeah.
Yeah, that
And
should be
special.
good.
And we also have our first group of 4 guys who are still the last 4 men standing who did all 10 Expedition Africa. So we're going to celebrate with them. There'll be a big celebration for them as well. So it will be very special. Yeah, 4 guys.
Yeah.
I need to give them something.
Do they get anything? Yeah, do they get anything special?
Well, I'll give them a free entry and for as a you know, as to say thank you. But I need to give them still something special at the prize giving. I had a few things planned for this year, and obviously when it, you know, we had to postpone, I didn't make it. So I'll have to give them something special at the prize giving. I don't know what, but I'll come up with something amazing.
Yeah, no, that's good. We've got a prize for XPD. We give anyone who's done it 8 times, we give them a special XPD, you're a legend of XPD rock. I've sort of, you know, challenged them to carry it with them on the next one, but they never take that up. So
I need to come up with something very special. Craig, before we close down, we close off, tell, you know, this was a hectic year for all of us, all the race directors. You're obviously in communication with all the race directors. Most of us had to move all our events to next year. I think we're all in it together. What would you say the message to our teams and races that we can all hope for a fantastic season and a good year next year, 2021? What is your message to all of the adventure racers out there?
Yeah, well, I mean, firstly, this year has been an incredible challenge for everyone. Some people are in it a lot worse than others, and you know, some people are fortunate to be where they are and still be able to do, you know, sort of a semblance of normal life, but it hasn't been that way for a lot of people. So our thoughts go out to anyone who's really having trouble with everything. But you know, it's hard. Like our whole calendar for the year has basically been destroyed. You know, we're still hopeful that Paraguay we can run in September as the championship event, and we'll monitor that as we go. You know, almost all the qualifiers really have had to reschedule for next year. So that's yeah. So I guess we just now, you know, we're all sitting back. We're all kind of looking forward to next year, and we're just hoping that the calendar comes together then, and the travel starts to open up, and we can all get back outside and do all the things that we love again next year. So we'll focus on that, and you know, I'll keep looking forward to Lesotho and you know, my trip over there. So yeah, lucky I've still got the flights, you know, so I'll hold on to those. So yeah.
Oh, wonderful. But thank you for your time, and thanks for our friends at home listening. Be safe, Craig. Keep up the training as much as you can. Stay positive. And to all our friends at home, the same message to all of you. And yes, until we meet again, hopefully we can see each other at some race. Otherwise, hopefully we'll see each other in Lesotho.
Yeah, that's right. I'll be looking forward to it. So thanks for having a chat. Really appreciate it.
Keep well.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye, Craig.
Bye.